Last Friday, millions of people across America rushed into stores such as Best Buy and Walmart to participate in annual sales after Thanksgiving, or in other words, Black Friday. Jake Fine shows us the origin of the new holiday, as well as why it's important later in the show.
Winter sports are coming into season, and bowling and ice hockey rolled into their seasons during Thanksgiving break. Sophomore golfer Marco Punzo also completed golf's fall season with a first-place finish at the Big Bear Classic with 2 under-par scores.
For high school students trying to get into college, nothing can seem scarier than standardized testing. Seth Golden has tips and tricks on how to prep for the ACT later in the show.
Eagle Nation News starts right now.
What is up, Prosper High School? Today is Monday, November 28th. I'm Brandon Bonaparte.
And I'm Sola Cantai. Here are today's top stories. This past Friday, November 25th, former Cuban President Fidel Castro died. Castro was a socialist leader of Cuba for nearly 50 years and came into the news a lot over his time in power for his controversial ideals. He was 90.
The Prosper High School Jazz Band performed their fall concert along with the bands from Reynolds and Rogers Middle Schools. This was Rogers' debut as a middle school jazz band, and all bands featured ad-lib soloists from grades 6 through 12.
Along with Prosper's growth comes an influx of new businesses. Supercuts and Peachway frozen yogurt will be opening at the shops at Prosper Trail on the intersection of Preston Road and Prosper Trail by the end of this year.
Every year, Black Friday seems to keep getting bigger and bigger, with more sales and a larger audience every year. Sola, did you end up going out?
I actually decided to stop by some stores on Friday night, and I was able to snag some good deals. Luckily, I was able to avoid the crowds that seem to multiply each year as we see on the news. Jake Fine recapped this year's Black Friday.
Black Friday, an American tradition that takes place after Thanksgiving, is known as the day retailers kickstart the holiday shopping and when crowds of people rush to take advantage of the season's biggest bargains. The Friday after Thanksgiving was coined Black Friday in 1960 to kick off the holiday shopping season. The black in Black Friday refers to stores moving from a loss to a profit. Back in 1960, accounting records were written in red ink, indicating a loss, and black ink, a profit. This is how Black Friday got its name. Before Black Friday began, many retailers didn't set up holiday displays or advertisements until after Thanksgiving was over. It was a way to get people to start spending after the turkey feast was over.
Honestly, I think I went Black Friday shopping because all the deals were better and they had a lot of things on sale.
The time frame in which Black Friday happens has been pushed back earlier and earlier every year, accelerating rapidly over the last 5. While this event used to begin at 6 a.m. on Friday morning, the desire to get in the black has driven some stores to throw their doors open sooner, from opening at midnight to now even some stores beginning the holiday shopping the very afternoon of Thanksgiving, as early as 3 o'clock this year. Sadly, this forces the employees of these stores to leave their families' feasts and fellowships sooner, cutting their own Thanksgiving short.
So Black Friday, the deals really aren't that good when you take into account the crowds, because you can always get the same stuff for pretty much the same deal on Cyber Monday. So as that increases in popularity, the Black Friday deals become increasingly less worth it. And most of the time the crowds aren't worth it anyway, because they're only worth it if you're getting something that you're planning on getting to begin with. And most of the time Black Friday shoppers aren't. So then it's not really worth it because you're not saving money. You're just spending money you wouldn't have otherwise.
Each year, over 135 million people shop on this specific day, along with Cyber Monday the following week. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Jake Fine.
After the commercial break, Seth Golden and Caitlin Wessels have tips and tricks on how to prep for the ACT.
Students participating in today's blood drive should have received passes from their teacher. Students will need to arrive 5 to 10 minutes prior to the scheduled time. HOSA students that are taking the online test will get a letter today or tomorrow indicating your time and date taking the test. Please get the form signed and returned to your teacher. Auditions for Prosper High School's Winter Guard are Thursday, December 1st from 4 to 6 in the band hall. Training sessions will be Monday and Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Each year, standardized testing holds more and more importance as students progress through high school. While choosing the ACT and SAT may be just as hard as taking the test itself, Seth Golden and Caitlin Wessels put together some tips on how to help with ACT test taking.
Hi, I'm Seth Golden.
And I'm Caitlin Wessels.
Today, we're going to be going over tips on how to prepare for the ACT.
We are going to be giving you ideas on how to prepare the week before, all the way until the night before.
A week before your testing date, try and get all of your homework and online assignments out of the way. That way you can prepare solely on the test.
The day before the test, make sure to pack everything that you need. Some items would include an eraser, a pencil, a number 2 pencil,
Numero dos.
a snack, a photo ID,
This is me.
a pencil sharpener, and a graphing calculator.
The night before the test, you want this to be as stress-free as possible. So do something you enjoy, like watching a movie and vegging out. But you want to get a good night's rest. So go to sleep early and set your alarm to make sure you'll have enough time to get ready in the morning.
As you eat breakfast, make sure to read something so you don't go into the test cold. Also, make sure to get to the testing site early because there will likely be confusion as where to go and how to sign in.
So remember, being nervous will not help you do better on the test. So be calm and confident.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Caitlin Wessels.
And I'm Seth Golden.
And now let's send it over to Ethan Burden with your social media update.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ethan Burden, and I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving break. We'll start off our week back with something that was a fan favorite 2 years ago, the Mary Mooyaw quiz. Now here are the rules for anyone that's new or doesn't know what this is. Every day this week, I'll be saying a quote from famous Christmas movies. At this time, you may take out your phones and get on Twitter. Once on Twitter, tweet at Eagle Nation News the full movie title. The title must be the entire title and not just a part of it. The title must be spelled correctly as well. The first person to be following Eagle Nation News on Twitter and tweet us the entire correct movie title that the quote comes from will be getting a shout out on the show and win a Mooyaw gift card. So let's get started. Our first quote for this challenge is Francisco. That's fun to say, Francisco. Take out your phones now and tweet at us. Make sure to be following us in order to win. The winner will be announced at the end of the show. Well, that's it for today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Ethan Burton.
After this commercial break, Hannah Dennis will have your 3-day weather forecast.
The Career Independent Study class will host a showcase on December 13th from 5:15 to 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. Come out to see professional research and original works. UIL Social Studies will meet during Eagle Time this week on Friday rather than on Wednesday in room 2232. Please have your chapter questions submitted on Google Classroom prior to the meeting. Interact Club will meet Wednesday after school in Mr. McCall's room 2210. New members are always welcome.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation. Japan received an earthquake that reached at least a 6 on the Richter scale this past Tuesday. The earthquake triggered tsunami waves and sadly brought back traumatic memories for those who survived the 2011 tsunami. The experts on these kind of earthquakes say that Japan can expect aftershocks for days, meaning that there is a chance to get an aftershock right now. Moving on to our local weather, it looks like we will actually see the 50s and some more rain this weekend when a cold front passes through, which will give us a very chilly start to our December. Now today, however, the high will reach 71 and we have a 70% chance of rain, but that should go away by this afternoon. You should enjoy the temperatures today and tomorrow before it starts getting too cold to be comfortable outside. Tomorrow the high reaches 71 again and there is no chance of rain. It'll still be windy like today, but it shouldn't be as aggressive. Wednesday, the high reaches 61, and it won't be too terribly cold for the ending of this month. It'll feel much cooler than the past few days we've had, and sadly, it looks like we'll stay out of the 70s as we move into December, but hopefully that means we will receive snow this December and not have to wait until March. I'm Hannah Dennis, and it's Red Planet Day.
After this commercial break, Mackenzie Hamilton is here to recap bowling, swim, and ice hockey, as well as the end of the golf fall season.
Fight! Finish him! Fatality.
So golf finished their season at the Big Bear Classic, where sophomore Marco Punzo actually shot a 70 and 71 to win the tournament.
And sports like hockey are starting up here. And here to talk about them is Mackenzie Hamilton. Mackenzie?
Thank you. As Hannah stated, the temperatures are dropping, launching us into winter, which means the start of winter sports. Some winter sports have been underway for a while now, though. The hockey team has played 8 games so far this season, but have had a rough start with a record of 1-7. And their last game before the break, they played Plano East and took a loss, but had goals from Kyle Tilley, CJ Bachman, and Alec Gawker. Both the girls and boys bowling teams are undefeated after 3 weeks of competition. The girls have 4 out of the total 7 top bowlers by average. Zamani Lewis is in first, Rhea Curdy second, Allie Campbell fourth, and Kyla Simmons seventh. On the boys' side, they have 3 out of the top 8 bowlers by average, Brett Raw first, Mason McCarter third, and Jared Radcliffe eighth. The swim and dive team are also underway, already competing in 5 meets, and in their last meet, Winston Sitz placed second in diving. Men's swimming, the team placed third overall. The women's team placed first overall, and altogether, Prosper placed third in the meet. Lastly, golf finished off their fall season. We'd like to give a shout out to Marco Punzo, who took gold in the Big Bear Classic right before we left for break. That's all I have for you today. Tomorrow, Abby will walk through the winter sports that are just getting started into their season, basketball and wrestling. Reporting for Eagle Nation Sports, I'm Mackenzie Hamilton. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Now here is one final announcement. All male students must be clean-shaven by tomorrow.
And now we reveal the results of the Mary Muya quiz. Brandon, what movie did you think it was?
Polar Express. It's always the Polar Express.
Well, not this time. The correct answer was Elf, and the winner is at Clark_Oren. That's going to do it for our show today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Sola Kantai.
And I'm Brandon Bonaparte. Live long and prosper.